Hey guys, it's Fawn here, bringing you another episode of Fire Emblem 7, number 4. And one thing before I go ahead and get started is I wanted to clarify from the last video, was the whole green and red Cavalier archetype that I talked about with Kent and Sane here as an example. So last time I really didn't have a lot of information because I didn't have like anything pulled up, but after the last video I went and had some food and looked some stuff up just so I could make sure I was, giving the right information. But basically, the majority what I said was right, other than just like a couple of small things. But to add more to it, the whole green and red Cavalier archetype, it's not exclusively locked to Cavaliers, from what I now know, just after reading it and obviously it clicking in my head. Oh yeah. But so the majority of the time it is a red and a green Cavalier unit. And this is evident in Cain and Abel, who were the first of this archetype to really appear in a Fire Emblem game. And then followed by like Luke and Roderick from Mystery of the Emblem. And then even all the way up into Awakening, you had Stal and Sully, who pretty much just like this archetype were like that. The differences between the two characters does vary. It just kind of depends on the game, but normally they are always the same class, whether that be a Cavalier or like Lucas and Forsyth. They're soldiers in their game. In Gaiden, or technically it'd be Echoes, because I'm not sure if Forsyth is in Gaiden, but anyway. And then also Kaze and Saizo, they are ninjas in Fates, but they are also still the green and red pairing. And normally they have very clashing personalities. One is the carefree one, kind of like Sane here, and one's the more serious one, like Kent. And you can pretty much see that in every single pairing. Fates, or not Fates, in this game, Fire Emblem 7 does change around some things, like I mentioned before. The growth rates and who winds up getting which stat. So, normally, I can't really say which one normally gets what. I just know that it's whatever these characters are, Sane and Kent, they get the opposite of whatever the normal red and green archetype is. So if I don't really remember the growth rates of these two personally, but one of them is like swift, like really fast, doesn't normally hit super hard, but is really quick. While the other one's a little bit more slow, but hits harder. If I remember right, I want to say it was Kent that hit harder but was slower, and then Sane was the faster one that didn't hit as hard. I want to say that's right, because if I remember from the last video, that even was evident. But since these two are like this, then the opposite of that would be the green one being the stronger one, and then the red one being faster. But I just thought it was, in general, just an interesting little archetype that you could watch out for in Fire Emblem games, because I think just about all of them, or a good bit of them anyway, have a red and a green character. They're not always Cavalier units, but it's just something to watch out for. Like, you wouldn't realize it until you actually looked back and seen, oh hey, wait, there's a red and green unit in seemingly every single game. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. So let's go ahead and get back into the story.
The secrets of her past revealed in the words of two knights of Lycia. Now, to meet her grandfather, Lyn heads west. To Lycia, and to her destiny. A mountain range separates the Sakai Plains from Bern. There are many bandits lurking here, the cruelest of which are the Talavan. They wreak havoc on both Sakai and Bern, and their savagery knows no bounds. On her 10th day away from the plains, Lyn witnesses their atrocities herself.
And if you've seen that, that was a Pegasus Knight flying down over the mountains. And you will meet that one here in a little bit. Let's get into chapter 3. This place, it's...
The entire area is in ruins. Why doesn't the Marquise, or why doesn't their Marquise do anything to help?
Telever Mountain is home to a gang of vicious, ruthless bandits. No Marquise holds power here. My village was near here on the other side of the mountain, and my people were... The Telever bandits came at night. It took only one night. The survivors numbered less than 10, including me. They're soulless beasts, and I will never forgive them. Never.
Lindis.
I'm not running away. I will be back someday, and I'll be stronger. I will break their swords beneath me like twigs. I don't know why this is beneath twice. Beneath me like twigs beneath a stallion's hooves. I will avenge my people, and I'll do everything in my power.
When the time comes, bring me with you.
Thane.
Don't forget me either.
Can't. Oh, you too, Fallen? You're... Thank you.
Wait right there, little laddie.
Little laddie? No, little lady, but... little... I can't even say it anymore. Oh my god.
What are you gonna do to apologize, huh?
Hey, she's quite a catch, eh, buddy? I bet the boss would give us a pretty penny for her.
Yeah, she roughed me up a bit, so I figure fair's fair. It's no more than she deserves.
What are you gonna do with her flying mule? Don't you dare touch her! What? You just watch your mouth, Gally. Do what you will with me, but just let her go, please, I beg of you.
Silly twit. Pegasi can only be found in Ilia. A rare beast worth more than you by far. We could sell it for a mountain of gold. Let it go? Ha!
No, you can't.
Come on, let's move.
What's this? Be on your guard, Lindis. There seems to be some sort of commotion over there. That's a Pegasus. Could it be? Florina? Is that you, Florina? Lynn? Florina! What are you doing in a place such as this? Lynn! Is it really you? Come now, no crying. I'm sorry.
You are acquaintances?
She's my friend. This is Florina, a Pegasus Knight in training from Ilia. She's a little uncomfortable around men. Tell me, Florina, what happened here? Well, when I heard that you had left, I decided to follow you, and then I saw this village. I flew down to ask if they had news of you. I didn't see these two and, well... Did your Pegasi land on them? Well, a little.
Aha, you heard her. She admits her fault. She stepped on my friend and now she's gonna pay.
Did you apologize, Florina? Yes. I told them I was sorry many times over. They just won't listen. Don't cry, it's alright. Lynn. Listen, she's obviously sorry. Can we just let this pass? You don't appear to be injured or anything.
No chance. The girl goes with us, by force if need be.
Good luck.
Hey, come on out, boys. You made a fair game, but don't put a scratch on the girls.
Fallen, we gotta fight back. Lynn, You're a Pegasus Knight, aren't you? You can fight, can't you? Yes. Listen carefully, Fallen. We're facing bandits. They're underlings, but we can't take light of them, or make light of them. Let's clear them out of here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The layout around here might make it difficult to fight. The same holds true for our foe, too, though. If we use these walls just so, They may ensure our victory. Lynn? Who's that? This is Fallen. He's still an apprentice, but he's my tactician. Oh, I see. Fallen, I'm pleased to meet you. Yeah, okay. And then it's just talking about how you can visit these villages. I don't know why they're called villages, though, when it's only a house. Never quite understood that, but, you know, there's something. Okay, so... You want me to visit a village? Just give the order. Alright, I guess we gotta move her first. Is anyone there? Leave us alone, you thugs! Go away! Go away! We've got no more gold for you! No, wait, please, we're not bandits! We want to help the village, so please listen. Remain inside, everyone. I'll go see what's happening. Not bandits, huh? So who are you? My name is Lynn. My colleagues and I are just traveling through here. We saw some bandits about, and we're going to deal with them, but we need you to go and warn the villagers. Hey, wait! The name's Will. I'm a traveler of sorts, too. Listen, these villagers have been kind to me. Mind if I fight with you? Not at all. We need all the help we can get. Welcome aboard, Will. I don't know if any of you recognize that, but that song is called Together We Ride, and if you ever played Super Smash Bros. Melee, that's the theme that both Marth and Roy had. I think it was the only time you ever could really hear it was in their, like, that mini game at the end when you're shooting, like, all the credits as they fly by after completing, like, Classic or Adventure or All-Star mode. But, that's, when I first heard that, I thought it was so cool. So you're a tactician, Fallen? I'm Will, Master Marksman. No, the pleasure's all mine. It looks like there are bandits on the other side of the wall. To the east is another archer. So let's go for that thug on the north. He's all mine. And say the word, Fallen. Basically just saying they can shoot over walls. Nothing all that special. I'm ready to fight. I'll follow your orders. Now, one thing that is interesting about this game versus some of the newer ones is the addition of a Slim Lance. The Slim Lance appears in the Game Boy Advance games. I don't know if they appear in anything after Game Boy Advance to Awakening, but after when you get to Awakening, it's kind of replaced by the bronze weapons. But Slim weapons were basically just a tool to use. They were a type of weapon to use when your unit couldn't really handle iron weapons because they were still pretty heavy, especially lances. And they were just used so that they were lighter and you could actually double enemies with them versus not really being able to do too much with like an iron weapon. So I'll show you the difference here in a second. Lynn, what should I do? There's an archer. What? Where? Oh, that's Will. Hi, you're one of Lynn's friends? What is it? Are you unwell? I'm sorry, Will. Her name's Florina. She's timid around men, and you've got a bow. Oh, I see. You must be a Pegasus Knight. I apologize for frightening you, but I do understand your fear of bows. I'm sorry. Even looking at a bow frightens me ever so much. Of course, I understand. But you should really only fear the enemy's archers, not your own. Yes, of course. So, just as a quick frame of reference, the weight of a Slim Lance is just 4, and I think I mentioned in one of the first videos is weight in this game is actually a factor. So every single weapon has weight added to it. The Slim Lance only has 4, and weight depends on your con. Constitution is basically just saying, depending on how heavy a weapon is, you will get slowed down in your speed if it's too heavy for you. So since her con is only 4, she doesn't get slowed down by a Slim Lance because it only weighs 4. But if she uses an Iron Lance, she gets slowed down by 4. So that's why they added the Slim Lance into this game, because Pegasus Knights, at least Florina, didn't have the constitution to be able to handle heavy weapons like this Iron Lance. So they gave her a Slim Lance instead so she could focus on being a speedy unit versus someone that's gonna hit very hard. Alright, so... I love like 3, 2... That you go up. There we go. Let's have Will get over here so he can kind of get some either pick off damage or a kill depending on how strong I can get. The problem with archers in the older games, especially even this one, is archers really aren't all that strong. Like, they're gross and everything. By the time that they get even to like their promoted classes and such, they're not super powerful, so they become a little harder to use towards the late game. But they're still useful for either chip damage or like taking care of flyers, whatever the case. And then another thing I wanted to mention from the last video was the legendary weapons. Legendary weapons are really weird in this game in particular. I have never played any earlier games in the Game Boy Advance ones, so I don't know how they are there. But at least in this game, any legendary weapon or personal weapon from a hero is actually able to be broken, so you have to be careful about it. So like how Crom's falchion in Awakening was unbreakable. Unfortunately, every single legendary weapon in this game can be broken, so you have to be really careful about it. You came to help our village? That's good. With so many bandits, I wasn't sure what to do. It's not too much, but please take this money. There's an armory to the southeast of us. Equip yourself as you see fit and help us, please. And then this is another thing that's pretty darn different from Awakening and Fates. The armories appear on the map. They actually don't appear anywhere else. There's no overworld map. It's all inside every single one of these. So when you are playing through this game, you know, it's something to get used to, because you have to make time to actually walk to the armories and, you know, to do what you want to do. Oh, dang, Florina, that was nice crit. But you have to be able to make time to go to the armories and everything else just to be able to, you know, get new weapons. So it's another thing you gotta factor into when you're actually playing this game. Now, if I remember right, you do not do well against these guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna have her go back over the wall. Just kind of wait. And have Will do some chip damage to this guy. Yeah, I'll just have Sane get it. Hopefully he gets a good level up. Not great. The skill is alright though. It adds to your chance to actually hit something, so I can't really complain too much. This will be fine. At least he doubles that archer. Alright, then move Lynn about. But you see what I mean? Like, even the enemy archers right now, granted this is like a tutorial stage, but even so, like, the archers in this game really don't do a whole lot of damage. Now let me test this, just to be sure. So if Kent attacks, he does 8 damage. Whereas if Sane attacks, 10. Okay. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe Sane's supposed to be the fast one, and Ken's supposed to be the swift one. I'm not 100% sure. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead, have Kent. Can he? Yeah, he can drop this guy. Take care of Archer here. Then I'll probably send one of those two guys down to actually get some stuff. Because Lynn's already kind of full as it is. And then I'll have Will come up so maybe I can get him a level up fairly soon. Something. Okay. Thankfully, these chapters really don't worry me all that much. Like, they're honestly really not all that bad. I should have blocked off that forest. Oh well. For now, we'll just 78. Yeah, I don't think she could take care of him though. So we'll go ahead and just have Sane. Of course, Sane can't finish it off. Right. We'll have Sane do the damage and then have Kent finish him off then. Alright, let's see if he gets a good level up. He got speed again. So yeah, it seems like Kent might be the speedy one from what it looks like. Alright, maybe I guess I'll do Florina. See what she can buy here. Iron Lance would be alright. We really don't need a whole lot of stuff in this like beginning part. Just because of the fact that it's really not all that difficult to go through. And that should go. Now, I can't remember, is this dude equipped with a hand axe? Let's take a look at his stats. No, just a steel axe, so he's not really all that bad. Not to mention, because of his constitution, he even gets slowed down even more. So I think just about everybody on the team can double him. She'll die if he hits though, but, you know. Alright. Yeah, he only has a 36% chance to even hit, so it's really not all that worrisome. 9 and 9. Okay. I'm gonna have him take a vulnerary. Just so it's there. Then I'll wait there, just so he doesn't take any extra damage before then. Draw your swords! We're not listening to any more of your stinking apologies. And then we'll just have him here for now. Florina, you can come up. Okay, good. Alright, Sane gets another full level up.
Ugh! You'll live to regret this, my brothers. The Ganalan bandits will not let this stand.
Okay, that's a good level. I would have liked to maybe get like one more defense out of that, but that was still pretty good. That's finally taken care of. Lynn! Florina, why did you follow me? It's so dangerous. Do you remember the knighting ceremony of the Pegasus Knights of Ilia? Yes, you can join a band of freelance soldiers to further your training. Is that what brought you here, Florina? Uh-huh. I wanted to talk to you before I set out. But when I went to Sakai, I heard that you left with some strangers and... You were worried for me? Thank you, but I'm more worried about you. Me? Listen, most mercenaries are men, right? Bands of men? I can't imagine you being at all comfortable around them. I know. Just I've always dreamed of being a Pegasus Knight. I imagined I would just work it out somehow. After today, I'm not so sure though. Maybe I should just give up. Florina, don't cry.
Yes, there's no reason to give up your dream. Lovely Florina. I have the most brilliant idea.
Sane?
You should come with us. With the addition of Will here, we're a fine group of soldiers. And freelance to boot.
Wait, did you just include me?
Of course! We were destined to meet here. It's fate! Come now, Lindis's band of mercenaries is as good a training group as you will find anywhere else.
Sane, this is no joking matter. Lindis, Lynn? Mercenaries? I can give you the details later. This is all a bit rushed. However, Sane is right. Will you come with us, Florina? Travel with you, Lynn? Truly? I would be so happy.
Fantastic! Beauteous Florina. I'm a knight of Kaelin. My name is Sane.
Eek! Stay back! Don't get close!
Ah, beautiful and yet so modest.
I beg your forgiveness. I'm calling us mercenaries. No, I approve. We can't leave Florina on her own. She requires special attention, though. Can I count on you?
Yes, you have but to ask.
So, is it really alright if I travel with you? Oh yes, of course. If you're willing, Will. Actually, I'm really grateful. Truth be told, all of my money was stolen, and I'm at a bit of a crossroads. I'd be honored to count myself one of Lindis's legion. Lindis's legion, huh? It's getting stranger with every day falling. Alright, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and just end the video here. So, leave a comment, guys, and the question of the video is, who is your favorite Fire Emblem villain? Now, for me, I haven't played a lot of the older Fire Emblem games. I would say 7. I've played 7, 8, Awakening Fates, Echoes, and I'm pretty sure that's it. But out of all of those, so far, I would have to say one of my more favorite villains, at least the way that they wind up being portrayed anyway, is probably Berku from Echoes, because I don't know, I just really liked his, like, the whole thing with him. But at the same time, it also really made me wish like there could have been more for him and Renea both. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.